excited am I today? Really excited. I have Olga Papkovitch with me. Now, Olga is an artist, genius, publisher. She's a fashion designer and also an actress going to be in the movie The Familiar, as well as I am. But you know what? If you were to ask her to describe herself in one word, that word would have to be humanitarian. Welcome, Olga.
Oh, thank you, Gail. Such a pleasure being here today.
Thank you. Now, Olga, you are so known for so many different areas, but I want to talk a bit about this new form of 21st century art, PopImpresska. And I know that there are different definitions for it, so I'm sure that you will help me with this. But it could be popular, impressive, kaleidoscopic art.
Correct.
And I see all those images. It could be 3D, like pop at you. Impressionism, which happens to be your favorite form of art.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, we have the Russian word for parrot, which is papka.
Correct.
So tell me a little bit about that, and then we're going to talk.
When I was a little girl, I was always fascinated with animals. And when I was about 5, my mom would take me backstage to her work, which was a Kirov Ballet Theater of Kirov, and now it's Mariinsky Theater.
Right.
And I saw an incredible productions of ballet and how people would put together stage decorations, incredible lavish ballets, and the art and music and fashion would come together. And I saw such a beautiful art form of, for example, there was a ballet, The Fountain of Bakhchisarai, so the lavish colors of Turks and Eastern European culture blended in together, and of course the parrots, the beautiful exotic animals, peacocks, and as a little girl I was fascinated.
I love it that you said as a little girl you're fascinated. Your background is that you're from St. Petersburg, and at the age of 5 you had this passion for art, and then you went on to study from 12 to 19, coming to the United States,
Correct.
Coming to Canada, actually feeling sculpture. But this beautiful background, the art, the music. I know that you're inspired by Mozart, for example, when you're doing your creations.
Yes.
But you know, many times today we use TV, and many of us can be somewhat inspired by TV. I love to do the show and show inspiring people. But how can we help our kids today to get more into the arts, do you think, at such an early age? How did your mom do it?
I encourage them to go out into the museums.
You did?
I did, absolutely.
Isn't that something?
Because there's one thing to see everything on TV, and it's another thing to go and see to a local museum. Have your kids go to see if they can involve in an arts and crafts class.
Excellent.
They need to do something in their hands in order to develop their brain and in order to develop their ability and talents. And you will be surprised how many talents will come out when your kids are involved that way.
That's what you're all about. I have read somewhere that you said, I would just like everybody to reach their potential, and that we really haven't gotten to that point, but yet we have so much talent at our fingertips, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. As a potential human beings, we have so many gifts that our universe has given to us. And when we do a certain project, then all of a sudden a kid can open up his ability to sing, his ability to dance, but they have to be there physically. And if they're watching TV at home, they will never be able to know what they have inside of them.
Absolutely. Now, you brought your magazines, which come out 4 times a year.
Yes.
People can get the magazine, how?
We are limited print and also online, and the website is PopImpresskaJournal.org, just like this, PopImpresska journal.org. And we also have a section where we talk about clothes, about design, I have PopImpresska art collection, PopImpresska journal, and PopImpresska brand, which contains of scarves that you're wearing. It looks beautiful on you.
Let's take a look at this scarf. And again, from that Russian word papka for parrot and kaleidoscope, all of these different colors. It's just amazing and so comfortable, and it feels luxurious.
Silk, yes.
It is silk, and you can wear this in a number of ways. Olga, how do you get everything done because you're involved in the art and you're known not only throughout America, but you're internationally known. And every time I turn around, there's Olga at another event, another charity, which we'll get into. But how do you get time to do everything? Your designs, your fashion, your art. How do you do that?
I do work very long hours. I don't have days off, but because of the passion and because of love what you do, that doesn't seem like a job.
Right.
And
so
I feel that people who are involved in their passion, they can bring a lot of profit and a lot of goodness to the humanity.
Absolutely. You know, I hear from the people who are most successful in their fields always say the same thing. When it's my passion, it becomes fun. Well, I have a video right now because I'd like to share with you and our viewers to show exactly what it is all about that you do. Let's take a look at that video, shall we?
Sure.
I absolutely love it. You know what it is? It makes me feel good. Your bright colors, the sunshine, there's so much adversity and things that one has to go through. But when you see these colors and the inspiration, and I know you're fascinated with Marilyn Monroe. Can you just tell me a little bit about this?
Of course, when I came to America, of course, that was an amazing experience going to college on the West Coast and being a student. And of course, Hollywood and glamour, I was always fascinated with that. But the most interesting fact is when I saw her in a film, Some Like It Hot.
Oh, yes.
And, you know, I really understood her as a woman being that sensitive, fragile girl that went to Hollywood. She took her dreams and with her, and she accomplished her dreams, and she kept on true to herself. I know her story was very sad.
Well, there was a vulnerability that she allowed us in. And I think that's what's so beautiful about you. Within your passion and within your revealing who you really are. When we're going to look at your art, we're going to look at this beautiful models outfit that you have designed, what you're wearing, the scarf. That's what I think is key. I think that it's so real that you allow that vulnerability to show. And that's what we love about you. Now, who is the Olga woman you designed for?
I designed for different generations. I have purses, I have bags for the computer, but also we do dog bags, as you know, we do show.
But who is the woman? Is she young, vibrant? Is she a woman of all different ages? What does your woman symbolize?
Symbolize confidence.
Thank you.
Symbolizes good self-image.
Excellent.
And actually, I work with amazing writer Corinne Summers, and she just have a new book coming out about self-image. So we're working together.
I can't wait to read that.
It's amazing.
And you also designed for men. We saw the vests. So tell me a little bit about the men that you designed for.
I like to have a spark in a guy. When they put a vest, it might be not as conservative, but if they go to an interesting banquet, or they want to impress a woman, or they want to show up, you know, in their own, because a lot of guys, believe it or not, they feel bright. They feel they want to wear something, you know, everybody looks at them and they look very bright and approaching, and it's a very good conversation piece.
Absolutely, good way to break the ice.
And when you, in the room, in like say gala room, and you have all these people, they don't know each other, but they want to talk, they want to meet each other.
Way.
So the guy who's wearing an interesting vest or bow tie or a beautiful tie, he can start a conversation, and the lady will say, "Oh, you have a great bow tie or
and
vest."
There you go. Well, I'd like you to bring your model out because she's absolutely stunning.
Yes.
So let's bring her out, and you can tell me what it is that she's wearing. And I see that the colors are on you, and I see Marilyn Monroe. So would you come in, please?
So my beautiful model is Elena, Nuna Elena, and she's wearing a beautiful dress paired with a black silk. It's all silk chiffon.
Oh my goodness.
And you can wear that separately. You can actually do like a beachwear or like a dress out.
Looks so comfortable.
Comfortable, very, and evening party even, or like summer dress.
Look at this.
And this shawl you can wear with with anything. It's a little bit, a lot of colors here, but you can actually do it as a wrap when you go to the beach.
So your clothing can be worn in a different array of fashion.
Absolutely.
You can take it from one instance of business meeting, perhaps, at times, into evening wear.
In the evening wear. So basically, when you're in the boardroom,
beautiful.
The interesting part is all the art that I painted separately.
This is all of your art.
All of the paintings that I did, oil on canvas.
In addition to going green and saving the rainforest and preserving nature, is that part of it with the parrots? Is it?
Yes, and actually, I want to bring Elena again. She has a purse that we actually make,
Let me see.
I basically put the parrots on it as well. The birds. Those. I was fascinated with the birds because they are.
Look at this.
So
the colors.
So sincere in their behavior, and they're so open to people.
They're open. Yes. Look at this.
They just
oh my gosh.
the nature and all the colors.
Beautiful.
They bring together amazing.
And each one of these, and difficult to see on camera. You really must order this. You must go on. You must go on the site.
Kind of like,
but it's incredible. Each one is a work of art. I want to take a look at some of the pictures. The sunflower ripe tomatoes made me smile. I am a big fan of Vincent van Gogh. Look at this. The vibrancy of the color makes you smile, makes you feel warm, makes you feel happy. Is this the one that is in England and something to do with Princess Diana?
Well, when I was growing up, because Diana was doing so many charities around the world, she just kind of gave me an inspiration to go out there, bring what I have as a talent and use it towards humanity.
Love it.
And I actually wrote the letter to England, and I addressed it her foundation, and actually I wrote it to be exact, I wrote it to the royal house of Prince William and Harry, because their Royal Highnesses, they were in charge of her charity, Marsden Cancer Hospital, and they continued doing so. And I remember when she did a huge fundraiser with her dresses. So I actually donated sunflower ripe tomatoes to their charity, and we had a correspondence through their secretary.
Oh, how amazing.
And I was actually very moved for them answering and letting me be part of their amazing charity.
We also have the Girl in Red.
Yes.
And I understand you were a finalist in a big contest in 2014. Look at this. So this was a portrait, a picture. And who is this girl?
Well, I tell you the little story behind it. As you know, Maya Plisetska is one of the most amazing ballerinas of all time.
Yes, I do know of Maya, yes.
And because my mom showed me her dancing, and I never met her in life, but I watched her, I looked at her pictures. There was one of the photographs that one of the photographers took during when she was dancing ballet, the hunchback horse. So so it was the translation, of course, is different towards English.
It is.
But it's a fairy tale, and she was dancing a princess, and her whole image was so similar to that girl in red.
Oh, it's a beautiful painting. I love that. And the other one too, and this one really touched me, Successful Voyage. And look at this.
Yes.
And maybe we all go through storms in our lives, but when we overcome it, to live in that moment, to feel that, I think is extraordinary. And again, we want to look at the colors. All right, well, we're going to talk about some of the charities that you have, because you're involved in so many of them. You have helped Heidi.
Yes.
I know that you've been involved also in Chile with the earthquake.
We did.
You helped Long Island, Superstorm Sandy.
Yes.
The human trafficking.
Oh, it's so sad.
Gosh.
That was probably one of the most saddest charities, but the most that like touches
That
me
really
inside.
got to you, yes.
Because as we know, with all the different changes of our country, Russia and everywhere in the Eastern Europe and also in America, there was a huge problem with girls being kidnapped, drugged,
yes, of course,
and putting into children's slavery. So I met a girl that her daughter was a victim. And she gave birth to a child, but also she actually died. She also was drugged again. And we actually had a charity with Steve Barnaba Institute, and he was honored by President Reagan. So, and when I met him, I was fascinated of the work that he was doing, and I brought the paintings, and we had Christy Moriarty and also Giancarlo Esposito auctioning the paintings. So. It was amazing that they all got involved, but I believe that people come from such a different backgrounds, and we do not choose where we are born into, what family.
That is so correct.
It can happen, God forbid, but
to anybody.
To anybody.
That's
so if we don't address,
such a good heart you have.
If we don't address this, it's a
somebody has to get involved.
Has to
and
be.
Each person, and as you see on the show, who is making a difference, who's helping other people, that person reaches another. I also saw you at the Pet Fashion Show, the Mayor's Alliance, with 150 different dog charities.
Yes.
And you had designed a bag. It was just extraordinary. That's Ada Neves and, of course, Greg Ola. They do such beautiful work.
And I saw those little dogs that they were puppies, but they're so adorable.
Well, you know I have one coming on in a few minutes.
I can't wait. We actually met that dog.
Yorkie coming on from, Yorkie 911 Rescue. But I want to mention, too, that you're going to be doing something in September. Tell us a little bit about September, and I hope to be there to see this.
Absolutely. We also have a very interesting project coming up. I am paired with a famous artist, Philip Valley, and with his team, and Corinne Summers, my editor and also writer that I work with, and also a team that Philip is involved, Cat New York. And we are doing a show together. It's going to be art meets fashion during the Fashion Week.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I can't wait. Thank you so much. You are so special.
Thank you.
I can't say enough good things about you, but I know I'm going to see you again soon.
Absolutely, and
So-
I'm very grateful to my team that I work with.
Yes, they are wonderful, and I'm going to say dobranoc and spokojnej nocy.
Yes, I couldn't imagine that.
How much I practice that. Heart be still. Look at this. This is Jessie Yorkie, and I'm here with Heidi Walker. Welcome, Heidi, from
you.
Yorkie 911 Rescue. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
Oh, this is just terrific. This is amazing. How old is Jessie, and why is she here?
Well, Jessie's probably between 8 months to a year, and she's representing Yorkie 911 Rescue because we're going to be talking about our upcoming fundraiser.
Yes.
And she's wearing a cute little outfit to give you a little idea. You know, she's all dressed up.
How many pounds is she?
She's around 8 or 9 pounds,
Okay.
and she's up for adoption.
Oh, this is wonderful. Now, you started this 501c3 about 5 years ago, correct?
July 2010.
Right. You were doing some work and maybe not all that thrilled. Something occurred with fostering.
I was volunteering for a Pennsylvania-based Yorkie rescue, and it just got to the point where we saw the need here on Long Island. We had a nice network of foster homes being built up, and so we decided it would be best to start our own.
And you did. You've been very successful with some 700 dogs under the weight of 15 pounds.
Right.
But they can be of different breeds. They
Oh,
don't
sure.
all have to be Yorkies.
No. We do Yorkies, Maltese,
Mixed breeds,
Shih
Maltese,
Tzus,
poodles,
sure.
etc.
Yeah, as long as they're
Okay.
small breeds, and the majority of them are the non-shedding breeds, but lately we've been taking in Pomeranians and long-haired Chihuahuas and anyone that really needs us.
Now, we have to give a shout out to Dory Schofield from
Yes.
Save a Pet. And your mascot actually originated there?
Yes, Charlotte is our three-legged
Oh.
ambassador dog. We call her the ambassador dog. And she's the first dog that we took into rescue when we started Yorkie 911, and it came from Save a Pet. Dory had contacted me and told me about this particular dog, and so, my heart was broken when I heard she has three legs, and so now she's mine.
Well, you're terrific.
She never left.
I have to say, for you and everybody who's involved in animal rescue and making sure they're taken care of. All right, so your goal is to make sure that, just make it laugh, Jessie and other dogs really get into the right home.
Right.
So how do you do that?
Well, we do have an application process, and we actually even charge for somebody to submit an application. But we do that because we want to not waste anybody's time.
Right.
And we
Make
want
sure
to make
they're
sure that people are
serious.
serious. And there are some people who apply to 3 or 4 rescues at one time. So for us, it takes a little bit of the stress away, knowing that these people are serious and they really want to adopt a dog. We also do a vet check, a reference check, and a home visit. So we go to everybody's home who
Excellent.
applies, and we want to make sure it's a safe environment for one of our dogs.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't leave my own dog there,
You won't do it.
They're not gonna be adopting
And if you
from
look
us.
at the size of the small dog, now York is usually what, 5 pounds to 7 pounds, can go up to 15 pounds.
yeah, we've seen them as small as 3 pounds and as big as 18 pounds.
But we have to make sure too that these are people who are not going to leave the dogs outside. There are hawks, dogs
Exactly.
feeling the cold. Make sure that they're going to get the right home.
Right.
Correct?
And our actual adoption agreement states that this dog is to be kept as a family member in the home. You can't leave the dog out for any length of time. And when you do take the dog out, they're on a harness and a leash. There are family members. There are babies.
They are babies. Now it's interesting because the history is where they used to chase rats
Yeah.
in England in the 1800s.
And they were much bigger
They
then,
were
too.
bigger, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they also are very smart, and I understand they're good for people with allergies.
Yes, because they don't don't shed like other dogs do,
right.
and they have hair like human hair. So we've had I have
And
severe.
dress like humans
Yes,
too.
they do.
They like their clothing.
And I have severe allergies. That's how I started with a Yorkie. It was my
okay.
the first dog I got when I moved into my house, and I sat for 4 hours with the dog to make sure that I wasn't allergic.
But we do want to match them. So, suggestion: an older dog, for example, that you want to rescue. How would you match that dog? Because they are older.
Right. Well, we love to have senior dogs for senior people.
Okay.
But believe it or not, there are people of all ages who do like the senior dogs.
Yeah, there are advantages to having senior dogs too.
Yeah, you don't
First
have
of
to
all, they're
puppy
already
stage.
trained. They're very loving, right? Or so
On the
trained.
training.
Is that right?
If they come into rescue, a lot of times, Yorkies are notoriously difficult to housebreak. So that's one of their
They're very
downsides.
smart, and they can be stubborn, right?
But they're, the fact that the housebreaking is sometimes an issue is why we'll get dogs of any age.
Correct. That is so true.
But the people who've had Yorkies before, it doesn't bother them. They understand this breed,
Look
and
at
they
this.
know.
They're very loving. They cuddle. They're watchdogs.
They
I
can be very
understand. They're
protective.
very protective, and they love the people that they're with.
Yeah.
You could just see this.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right, let's talk a little bit about foster care. Tell us about the program and.
Well, the foster program is basically the same application as if you were adopting a dog, because 9 out of 10 of our foster homes have adopted from us. We call it Failing Fostering 101.
Right.
And so we do this. We go through the same application process with the vet check, the reference check, and the home visit. And the one thing that everybody says to me is, "Oh, I could never let them go." But when you see them get adopted, and you see how happy the person is, and how happy the dog is,
That's
and
what
that
it's
they've got a
about.
good home,
Right.
it makes it a little easier.
It does.
Yeah.
It
But I won't lie, I do cry with every
Oh,
adoption.
sure. I can see. Look how much
Yeah.
you love Jessie.
Yeah, and I've only had Jessie for a day.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So.
And everyone at the studio is falling in love with Jessie.
Yeah.
What about breeders, backyard breeders, pet stores? Give me your take on
Yeah,
that,
I try to,
please.
I just had a conversation with somebody about this, because he was telling me how this pet store, they only work with breeders, and, they'll call the breeder up. And I was trying to explain to him that it's all puppy mill dogs.
Right.
Because any reputable breeder, I mean reputable, who knows
right.
the genetic history of the dog and has been breeding that line of dogs
For
forever,
years, correct.
they don't have to sell their dogs in a pet store. You're going to pay more. You're going to pay
But you know the
$3,000.
dog is going to be in the best care.
Right, and you know that dog is in good health.
Right.
So, and people who breed on their own in the backyard, I understand you have a cute dog, you want to have a puppy, but it's just there are so many dogs that need homes that are in shelters.
Absolutely.
So I
You're
try
gonna
to
be adopted
explain.
right away. Heidi, I want to thank you so much for
Thank
all
you.
that you are doing to make a difference in the lives of our fur-legged friends and in our lives too.
Thank you.
Bye, baby.
Say bye-bye, give kisses.